how I healed binge eating. And it's not the same as what I thought in the past. I used to think I was a huge binge eater. I used to think like I would eat like crazy amounts of food and like, what is wrong with me? Like, why is my appetite so large? Blah, 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 blah. And what I realized is that like I was always trying to catch up for the times that I would restrict and the times that I didn't eat enough in my past. Malnourishment, anorexia, eating problems, and really just dieting in general. Like, think about it, like how long, if you're present on video on this, yes, how long have you been dieting for? How long have you been restricting your intake for? Probably since middle school, probably since high school if you grew up in the Western culture. If dieting had ever happened to you, you must also swing the other direction and eat a lot and want a lot of food and crave food, and then you get it and then you eat more. And this is because your body is trying to make up for lack of nutrition that it has gotten in the past. And the way that it needs to heal is by getting the nutrition. So it's going to send you signals. It's going to tell you to eat this foods that you think are so bad and horrible. And it's going to tell you it wants it, it wants it. And if you do not allow it to have it and you just say, oh, I'm going to have a healthy alternative, I'm going to have a date with a chocolate. Or instead, when you really want like a pie or some shit, your body's never going to actually heal. You're never going to heal it. You're never going to stop binging. So I'm going to tell you how I actually stopped, which was I had to go into a refeed and I had to overindulge in as much as I wanted to feed. I would eat as much as I could, and I would eat even more than normal because I needed to get to the point where my body was like, oh, okay, I am so full to the point where I hate food in this moment, right? Until the next moment when I wanted again, and then I would eat again. So I was eating in this refeed period, which was like 1 or 2 weeks, anything I wanted and as much as I wanted, and allowing myself to gain extra weight for the sake of healing this thing that I found was going to work. I didn't understand the science. Until I understand the science about the nervous system and famine and malnutrition, was I able to say, okay, I'll gain the weight. Fuck, I'll gain the weight. That's always people's fear. They're scared of gaining weight. I said, let me gain the weight. Let me just do it because I'm done. And this is how I stopped, really. I take the food, and I eat the food. And then when I'm done, I'm done. And I make sure I'm a little bit wild right now. Every single time you're hungry, you have to eat. And you have to eat as much as you want, and you have to eat in abundance. When you're eating in abundance, your body starts to get the signals, okay, we're not going into famine, we're not going into survival mode. In order to completely heal it and not binge and not restrict and heal your ED problems and your dieting problems, you have to make sure there's an abundance of food. So make sure your fridge is stocked and make sure you can get food. And then whenever you want food, you have to eat it. And you have to eat as much as you want. Sooner or later, your body gains the weight. It feels comfortable and confident that it knows you're going to feed it. And then it won't make you go into binge mode and restriction mode anymore. It doesn't have to because it knows that there's food here. The thing I learned about food is that it's energy. When you're not eating any food and you're fasting and you're just trying to be spiritual like me in the past, your body is just running on its last fuels of what it has to use. It doesn't even have food to use. So those first few weeks, I was really tired. My body was like, what is this happening? I felt so heavy. I felt so gross. I was in so much pain, y'all. But I had to, like, my body was like, okay, this is what it's like. You know, if your body knows that it was, a body that knows what it's like to starve and be malnourished also needs to know what it's like to be overfed and overfull. It needs to understand the opposite side, man. And I almost gotta say, they're both really, extremes are both really bad, but I felt through both. And I had to in order to heal. Some tips I really recommend: keeping food next to you in the bed, waking up in the middle of the night, eating the foods that you want, not worrying about brushing your teeth and then not being able to eat, because that's like a restriction thing in my head. We want to cut out every single restriction tendency, any type of fear around not having enough, and any type of fear in your body that says it's not going to get it, and you just eat. You just eat the food and you say, fuck it, I need to fucking heal. And this is the only thing that works. Of course it's the only thing that works. No techniques, nothing works. When you have a body that's been restricted, the only way to heal it is by going in the opposite direction. It's just so obvious to me now. It was not obvious to me in the past. I never thought it was possible in the past. I was too scared in the past. And I didn't want to really fully heal it in the past because I'd rather have stayed thin. I rather kept my identity around being this healthy, skinny person so that I can feel empowered in the world than actually heal my ED. But I realized that when I healed my ED, I was still empowered. And I was still called healthy and stuff. It's just now I'm in balance. Now it's like I eat whatever I want and it's a plethora of foods. But I'm the one that takes care of my nutrition. Nobody really is going to teach you this because most people are very weird with their food and underfed. You have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you were restricting. And you have to allow snacks. I know I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist, and I apologize if I'm overstepping in my profession. So, for me, it's just simple. I had to let go of being a health nut. I had to eat donuts for a week straight, okay? I was eating donuts every single day for a couple of weeks. Oh, a big one for me was letting go of the fear of ruining my health. Diabetes, heart problems. I was really scared of that. And so go work with your treatment team. But again, like, that's a really common fear that a lot of people have in restrictive and dieting mentality, where they're so scared they're gonna get like a heart condition or something like that because they have to eat whatever they want and there's no food rules. I'm telling you right now, I had that fear. I had that fear around cheese and cholesterol, but I was craving cheese at a time, so I had to give in and just succumb that. I just really think the body knows what it's doing, guys. Their body is really wise. But do your research. Do what you need to do. I just want to put that point in because, again, like, even that would coming up for me when I'm watching this, I'm like, people are going to be thinking that way, where it's like, oh my god, she's eating donuts, she's so unhealthy, oh my god, she's going to ruin her health. Not for this process, not when you've been malnourished. That just goes right into the body and right into your health with all the rest of the food that you're going to be eating also. And now we have donuts. I'll eat one every couple of days, every once in a while. Not every day anymore. I like donuts, but honestly, after you start to eat like this again, after you go from being like really healthy and restrictive and then you start eating like this type of food, like processed food and donuts and sugars, what your body does needs. It needs carbs, proteins, fats, sugars, salts. It needs every type of food possible. And that's why, especially when you're underfed, you need to eat the processed food because it's affordable. You can get a lot of it, and it will help the body know it's safe and it's actually going to get food all the time. It's like, woohoo, guess what? You don't binge on sugar. You don't have a sugar addiction. All this bullshit. Cut it. Cut it, cut it, cut it. These people never had ED and healed that ED. Now you're speaking to somebody who has. And I'll tell you right now, I've tried every diet and stuff like that, and I'm an A1 dieter. But the thing is, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'd rather be healthy. I'd rather like life. I'd rather not worry. I'd rather crave something and go and get it. Have no issues. And my life's fine. Not everyone's gonna be able to do it because most people are scared, but you can do it. You can do it. Just face the fact that you're not going to be a Victoria's Secret model and call it a day. And eat. And just eat, bitch. Really, just eat. Now, my camera's going to die. You will then, now, this is what I wanted to, yes. Okay. You're going to be able to, find your natural body and your natural set point through the process of refeed, because you're going to swing and then your body's going to naturally fall into homeostasis because it's like what is happening, and it's just going to maintain a weight for you that's where you're supposed to be, and you can eat naturally, and then you're at your goal weight. You're at your goal weight because you know what, you are the goal. God gave you a body that's fine. You don't have to make it perfect. Perfect bodies don't exist. there's spectrum. You don't have to be over here. Fuck it, be on the side of the spectrum. I mean, it's easy for me to say it because I'm good looking. And I'm naturally not that heavy. I'll be real. But I have gained a lot of weight compared to what I looked like, right? And that's a process that could be scary for a lot. And it was scary for me in the past, but this time around I was just done, guys, you know? It's like, how long do you have to go through this shit? And I just wanted to be an adult. I feel like a lot of the time I was just trying to maintain this like childlike immaturity with my food, fears and stuff like that. Diet culture. Fuck diet culture. It's really toxic. It doesn't help us. It doesn't bring more love and connection. It hurts. It makes us think that we have to look like Ariana Grande and Wicked, okay? So, let's be real. Not allowing that type of lifestyle in your atmosphere is going to be the best thing for you when you are healing. You don't want people that are talking about being skinny and dieting. If that's the case, you gotta grow some skin and you gotta say, I don't want to talk about that right now. That's not okay with me. And you need to express to people that you love that what you're going through so they can support your recovery, because it's really hard at the beginning to do it on your own. I had to call in my old therapist. I had to tell my whole family. I had to have the breakdowns in front of my peoples because they really need to understand the struggle so that they can support you. And then when you have to tell them, hey, can you not talk about this food stuff, they won't, because they respect and love you. But not everybody knows how to talk to their peoples. And so I'm sharing some advice. Like, I wanted to heal and I wanted them to know how hard I was trying to so that they could get on board and understand the struggle, because I had extreme hunger. Like, I was starving all the time. I was always thinking about food. I always had a naturally large appetite. I thought I was a freak. No, like, I just was not fed right. I just didn't eat right. I never did. Like, I never even knew what it was like to eat normal, to eat like a human. But you know what? The process is just like this. Child, mommy, both at the same time. Take care of baby. So when it was bad, guys, and I'm in the middle of the night fucking so nervous because I'm like, I'm starving still. I gotta go get the food. I gotta go get the apple pie that I bought, you know, right off Costco's shelf. And not Costco, you know what I'm saying, like the little ones at the bakery. And I'd be like, it's okay, sweetie, let's go. I pick my ass up and go, even when I'm tired, even when I just brushed my teeth, even when I just ate a meal. That's the problems. These are the scaries that people are scared of, that I was scared of. And I still did it. And I still continue to do it. I'm still on that journey. I'm still on that journey now. So I have my plantain chips. I just ate dinner. I'm still eating. It was part of it. When you have no food rules, I trust myself. That's it. I trust myself to take care of myself in the way that it's not going to look like society. It's not going to look like the people around you. Because no one knows your body. No one knows your life. No one knows what you've been through. No one knows how to heal you except you. You could bring healing to others through who you are. But again, it's about your intuition. It's about following what's true. And it's about actually overcoming the fears. Because this is what I'll tell you right now. I don't ever want to restrict again because I don't want to do that refeed again. And since I know that's the only way to heal it, I don't want to go through that process. Cause man, that was uncomfortable as hell. I was also nauseous for days because my body was adjusting to the food. Now my body's like, okay, I'd rather have this than that. I want that, but not that. I want a donut, okay. I don't want that. Oh, that's what we have, let's be practical. Okay, I'll eat the Chinese that's like 4 days old. So I was hungry. I love Chinese. That's why you want to also make sure that you get your monies up so that you can get as much food as you want at the food store. You can be a good mommy. Take your kid to the store. This is your kid, remember? And you buy her what she needs and what she craves and what she likes in every section. Dairy, this, glucose. You can do sugars. You could do digestion stuff. Just heal. Just heal it. Stop being afraid of the pain. You really actually, from a spiritual perspective, you want to be able to endure and handle whatever type of discomfort and pain that you're feeling. Because again, your nervous system needs to know what it's like to feel that way so that it understands, I don't want to go this far, or I'm not going to be starved again. That's the biggest thing. If you're eating like that, I mean, you're getting as much as you want, and you're eating the foods that you want, your nervous system and brain is like, okay, clearly there's a lot coming in now. And yet, I'm going to give you some line of advice that I got from the mushroom gods. That also can start to give you anxiety. So this is when you're going to have to learn to balance your own system. You're going to have to use your own power to balance yourself so that you know how far to go and how much to pull back. Learning what is right for you is your journey, nobody else's. That's all for today, folks. I hope you guys learned and got some insight from this. I could keep doing videos like this talking about this stuff because to me, this is normal. This is life. So, we all deserve to heal. Bye.